fears crawl into our heads. Sallow boy has shaved his legs.
I think that I've kind of like always known that there was something. Like, I don't think I ever knew exactly what it was, but all my life I knew that I wasn't like right. Things weren't right. Because in my family, not that like I have a bad family, but being in my family, like, it's pretty typical that like the girls get certain things and the boys get certain things and get treated different ways, and I never liked the ways that, like, the way that things were for me. I was always really jealous of like my brothers and my boy cousins, and I always loved playing with them, and I mean, that just turned into me being like a tomboy. And I still like a tomboy in my family, and people were getting confused like why I hadn't gotten out of that stage yet. Like, oh well, like, why do you not like purses yet? Like, you're supposed to like purses at this point, or stuff like that. And I never did, and everyone just thought that was because I was gay. And I did too, but for some reason I never liked the word lesbian. Like, I used to joke around and be like, like I'm a lesbian, like, because I have that sense of humor where I like joke about things, but like, honestly calling myself a lesbian never really felt right, and I never knew why. Not the past summer, but the summer before then, I remember talking to my mom and being very upset, and she was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, I'm not a girl, and I didn't feel like saying I was a guy, because I wasn't comfortable saying that, but I was like, I'm not a girl, like, I hate who I am, I hate being a girl, like, I'm not a girl. And then she was like, "Are you a boy?" And I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to be anything. I was like, I'm not anything, I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, I just want to be me. And then I asked her if I could get a binder, just because I wasn't really comfortable with my anatomy, not because like I wanted to be a flat chest so I could be a boy, but I just didn't want to be a girl. That's what I knew. That's the first thing I knew, was that I did not want to be a girl. And I feel like people really just think that I'm a lesbian, like that me being trans is like a phase, and that I like girls because I'm gay, not because I'm trans. And I don't like girls because I'm trans, but they just kind of think that I'm gay. And if I liked guys, then they definitely probably wouldn't agree with the trans thing, because they're like, well, why would you want to be a gay guy? Why can't you just be a straight girl? But I don't know, it's really confusing when you kind of take things apart. Like, people think that either Caitlyn Jenner is still straight because she likes girls, or that she should like guys now. Because we have like this really big, like, we're really big on like heteronormativity. So if you do change genders, then you have to like the other sex, because you can't be both. Like, you can't be gay and trans. Oh, no, no, no. Even if you have like a cis woman, and if she likes, you know, fixing cars, doesn't mean she's a lesbian. And a lot of people think that like I should be into more masculine things because I'm a guy, so why don't I like football? You know, like, they think like if you're gonna be trans, then you have to be a guy. Like, you have to be you have to be like, do stereotypical things that guys do, which sucks, because I don't like stereotypical things that guys do. Like, I don't like sports, I don't like cars, I don't like things like that, and I'm really not interested, and I don't feel like I have to be interested to be considered a male. So that sucks.
80% of trans students felt unsafe at school because of their gender expression, and 58.7% of gender non-conforming students experienced verbal harassment in the past year.
Okay, so I remember Dom and I were in 5th period Mr. Yadish's class for social studies, and a group of classmates, you know, kept using the female pronouns, and I got pissed. Like, I was really angry at the fact that they weren't accepting, or they were just like plain idiotic and didn't understand the fact, like, trans, like, he wants to be called a boy. And I remember getting so pissed, and I remember turning around and telling them, like, he's a boy, he wants to be called a boy, And they were like, what? And then Dom had to like, he was comfortable with it and he didn't mind it. And then once he told them like what the process was, like not the process, but like what he was feeling and this is what he wanted to do, that they were like, that's when they actually, you know, accepted it. And I'm like, oh, like I didn't know that what trans was. And I feel like he educated them in a way that I wouldn't have been able to if he wasn't there. And I don't have the patience to say like, oh, this happened, like this is how they feel and this is what they want. I'd be like, no, you treat him as a boy. Like he's not alien or anything, that's just what he is.
And on the application I put that I was a male. So I applied as a male. So
Is that the first thing you've done like that? Like
I applied for my job as a male. And then I went in and explained. So that's what I'm planning to do in Kutztown. Like I applied as a male and I'm gonna go in and be like, yo, I'm trans. So I had to apply with my full name, which kind of sucks. Like I can't put what I want my name to be, because that's not my name yet. But, well, not like the legal name. But yeah. This is where I keep my stuff. First we have this nice little bottle, testosterone, that I got yesterday. And just a little thing. And then, this is where it gets good. We have lots of needles and syringes so that I can inject myself with the testosterone. You can't really see, I doubt you'll be able to see in the camera, but it starts here and it ends here. This needle's this long and the whole thing has to go into me. So from where the black line is to that half, that's it. And that changes like all of me. And that's it. It's only that much liquid. But when I go back in 3 months, it'll be at the 1. He's gonna double it. He just needs to make sure that my body can take it.
I didn't really start telling people at school or like caring about what my teachers would think until this year started. So before school started, my mom like emailed my guidance counselor and was like, yo, like this is what he wants to be called and like use male pronouns and blah 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 blah, and asked her if she could basically like email all my teachers that were on my schedule and all that jazz. So they did that. All my teachers are pretty cool about it. Like most of them use he, or they just don't use pronouns at all, which I'm fine with. And everyone calls me Dom. Like no one calls me by my birth name, which is really cool. And then like for the bathroom situation, I personally felt uncomfortable like using the men's bathroom here just because like a lot of the guys here don't see me as a guy, and I wasn't going to use the women's bathroom because I'm not a girl. So I like the office and stuff had no problem like giving me a pass to go to the nurse. So that's where I go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom at the nurse's office, and the nurses are actually really cool with me too. They use male pronouns. They like me. So I mean, Whitehall's done a pretty good job at like accepting it, and they haven't made me feel like not justified or anything like that. So that's cool.
So it took me a little while to like change from female pronouns to male pronouns, and I'd feel really bad about myself when I would call like accidentally like slip up and say like she, because I was so used to it for a while, and I'd feel really like crappy because I knew he's like this is what I want to do, and like I hope that people like accept me and like I don't know, they get accustomed to what I want. So I wanted to make him feel comfortable, and I didn't want it to be awkward. So it took me a little while, but I remember like sitting at home like, okay, like him, he, like Dom, and like not like it took me a little while, but I got used to it, and he's my best friend.
No, but I do think that like Whitehall is doing really well with it because like for example, like Saucon Valley, I have friends who are trans who go to Saucon Valley, and at Saucon for like graduation, it's pretty typical. Like it's their thing that the girls wear red and the boys wear black. And like last year I had a friend and he graduated and they made him wear red. Like they wouldn't let him wear black because they didn't care that he was trans. So I think that's pretty messed up.
We could fly just get out